Okay, so in this screencast, I'm going to go over briefly how you can share a calendar with other people. So, um, let's say you've created a calendar that deals with your club or your sport, and you have other coaches or co-advisors that are in that, as well as maybe your class officers and captains, and you want to be able to have them know when upcoming dates are and be able to kind of share and move information back and forth. All right, so I'm going to turn on lighting and sound, which is one of the clubs I advise. And if you click this little down arrow after you've created this calendar, right, it'll allow you to go to share this calendar. All right, so you're going to click on that. And you can see I've already shared this calendar with a number of people. Right, so some people, they have access to this calendar. So let's say I wanted to add another person to this calendar. I could put my sister-in-law in on this as well, if I wanted to, and add her as somebody that I shared this calendar with. All right. The great thing about using Google Calendars through the district is that as you start to type somebody's name, their email is just going to come up because it's already saved within the system. So as I start to look for people to share this with, they're just going to come up. So all you have to do really is type into the email address bar, and if I just start to type in somebody's name, it will show up, all right, as their email address. All right, and once you have shared the calendar with them and they accept it, it will show up for them on this other calendar, these calendars that are shared with them. All right, so they'll have the opportunity to be able to, if you give them the opportunity, they will have the opportunity to edit the calendar. If you don't want them to be able to edit the calendar, let me go back into share this calendar. All right, so clicking on that again, you have the opportunity to change permission settings. All right, so for Ned Panfili, I have the ability for him to see all events, but he cannot edit any of the events. But John Deller, he can make changes because he's co-advisor with me to the events. Right, and then I have two of my officers who are able to see the events, but are not allowed to make any changes on them. Right, and you can change those permissions. If you want to give your officers the ability to make changes on the calendar, that's no problem. You can just change their settings, and they have the opportunity to do that. Okay, and that is how you share calendars with other people, specifically other people within the district, so that you can collaborate on times and calendars. The other thing that's important is that once you've shared a calendar with somebody and they accept it, if you want to put an event in the calendar and you want to find out if they're busy or not, if they use their calendar, you can actually go in when you are creating an event. So let me just do this here. So let's look at this National Honor Society, and I can edit this event. And what I'm able to do, because of the people that I've shared it with, and I have their calendars, is that if I hit find a time, I can find a time where people are free if they're using Google Calendar. So this way, if you have a whole bunch of people that you're trying to create a meeting with, you can kind of find, as long as they're using their Google Calendar, you can find an open space to put that meeting in. All right, so that's how you create an event. That's how you create an event and find a free time. It is also how you can share your calendar, as well as give different people different permission settings.